Hey everybody, Lee here, and welcome to the pull list for December 10th, 2014, presented by Longbox Radio. Full disclosure, I am joined off screen by all kinds of activity. Hey guys! Hello! Okay, well there it is. Comic books today, we have Batman Eternal number 36. Batman, last time we saw him, was careening through a skyscraper, locked into the Batmobile, presumably about to die. Luckily he was saved. Last minute, the car exploded, he saved himself. He confronted Commissioner Bard and kind of gave him an ultimatum, like, hey, get the city back together and whatever. And then, yeah, we also learned a little bit more about Bard's past and how he was kind of like a vigilante and things, you know, it's not good. We also, in this one, kind of learned that Hush and Lieutenant Bard himself are not the main players behind what's been going on in Batman Eternal, and it is revealed on the last page of this who's kind of pulling the strings. And I have to say, I was disappointed to learn who it was going to be, but I'll let you read that one and make your own decision about it. Walking Dead number 135. Jesus, last issue, has a prisoner, of course, from the people who were wearing the zombie skin to keep incognito with the zombies. So that's part of the plot here. The other one is, of course, last issue, Carl assaulted two boys with a shovel, which is in response to them attacking his friend, of course. So there's some fallout with there. There's a mutiny forming in Hilltop. So lots of crazy stuff happening in Walking Dead. Amazing Spider-Man. This is part 3. This is part 3 of Dan Slott's Spider-Verse. Tonally, a book that is all over the place. You have the super violent confrontations with the Inheritors, where, you know, Spider-Men from all different Spider-Verses are being eaten and torn apart, and then you have the levity, of course, of like Ultimate Spider-Man, like the cartoony Spider-Man hanging out with Miles Morales. You have a cool nod to the 1960s Spider-Man in this that I thought was actually kind of clever. But all in all, kind of like a tonally kind of inconsistent story. There's some really dark stuff going on in here, so it's good stuff. We had Spear Spider-Man and Spider-Man, you know, fight each other here, but of course, since this Spear Spider-Man is further in the timeline, what have you, than the other Peter Parker, he can't kill himself, obviously, all that kind of time-traveling bullcrap. So that's in there. Avengers, this one looks very much to be tying into what's kind of been going on, either in New Avengers with the, what have you, with the Earths crashing into each other, I can't remember what the word, incursions, or it could have something to do with Axis as well. I don't know when Spider-Woman traded in her costume for something a little more monochrome there, but it's looking good all the same. Axis number 7. This is starting the third act of Axis, which I believe has 3 issues left. So what we have is the flipped bad guys who are hanging out with Magneto. So you have like Carnage and Sabretooth and characters like that are now thoroughly good guys, heroes, going to fight against the X-Men, who've basically taken over Manhattan at this time and are planning to detonate some kind of gene bomb. Not Jean Grey bomb, but gene as in like mutant gene, that will kill all the humans on Manhattan Island, making it their new place to live. So the X-Men are thoroughly the bad guys in this, and it doesn't take much to convince me that an X-Man is a bad guy, especially Cyclops. What a complete dick in this comic book. Anyways, we have 2 annuals to talk about. Amazing Spider-Man number 1, and there's also, of course, I guess, yeah, this would be like a new set of annuals. Cool. And Guardians of the Galaxy, of course, from Bendis, which is also an annual, and I'm not sure what's going on in either of these issues, so I'll have to check them out. So that is it for the pull list this week. Ding! That's it for the pull list this week. There are some free digital codes here. We have Amazing Spider-Man 11, we have Avengers 39, Axis number 7, and both annuals both have free digital codes. So I'm actually going to have already tweeted out the annuals free digital codes. The other ones will be at the end of the episode as usual, and we'll talk to you again next week. Happy reading!